Welcome to part 2. Before starting, please subscribe and hit the bell button. Thank you. Clara Monroe didn't vanish the day Elias was arrested. She waited. For weeks after the trial, she would stand at the edge of San Francisco Bay, her eyes fixed on the boats disappearing into the thick, rolling fog. She'd whisper his name, as if the water itself might carry her voice to him. A message in the mist. The letters she sent to Alcatraz were always returned, stamped unopened. Visiting was forbidden, but hope, you see, isn't bound by prison rules. One evening, an old dock worker, his face etched with the lines of the sea, approached her. "You won't reach him by daylight," he said, his voice low. "But the fog listens." Clara laughed, thinking it was just an old sailor's tale. Then she saw his eyes. They were serious, almost afraid. He spoke of stories older than the prison itself, whispers of voices crossing the water when the bay was wrapped in white. Stories of those who sang not with their lungs, but with pure, desperate longing. That very night, Clara returned, a small lantern in her hand and a song in her heart. She sang the melody Elias loved, the one she used to hum while waiting for him to come home from a long day's work. The fog rolled in, thick and silent, like a curtain being drawn across the world. And then someone answered. It was Elias. Their voices found each other across the dark water, trembling with disbelief and a joy so sharp it was almost painful. Clara fell to her knees on the cold stones, tears streaming down her face. From then on, she came whenever the fog arrived. She learned its rhythm, its moods. She discovered the secret channels where sound traveled and the dead zones where it vanished. The guards would search the waters, their searchlights cutting uselessly through the haze. But the fog hides what it chooses to protect. Weeks turned into a month. Clara grew thinner, paler. The dock workers who saw her noticed she no longer seemed to feel the biting cold. Something was changing. The fog itself began to answer her, even when Elias didn't sing. It whispered to her. It showed her hidden paths no boat could ever take, currents that flowed against the tide, pockets of water that stilled as if holding their breath. She realized the fog wasn't just empty vapor. It was ancient, and it was alive, and it demanded a price for its secrets. On the final night, the fog came early. Clinging to the shoreline, Clara stood at the water's edge, singing through her tears. Elias sang back, his voice breaking with desperation. "Clara," he called out, his voice louder than ever before. Something's wrong tonight, she knew. She could feel it. The fog thickened, pressing against her skin like cold, insistent hands. A new voice rose from beneath their duetto voice that was not Elias, a voice that was not human. One may leave, one must remain. In that chilling moment, Clara understood. Their love had opened a door, but freedom required a balance, a sacrifice. As Elias' cell door mysteriously unlocked itself, the old iron groaning like a wounded animal. Clara took a step into the water. She didn't scream. She just sang. The fog swallowed her body, her breath, her name. In return, it carried Elias across unseen currents, guiding him past guards who felt only a sudden, inexplicable chill. It delivered him to a shore that no official record would ever mark. When morning came, Elias was gone from Alcatraz, and Clara was never found. But she didn't disappear. People living near the bay began to hear something on foggy nights. The faint sound of a woman's voice, soft, patient, and waiting, not searching for something lost, but guarding something precious. Officer Daniel Hart, on the day he retired, wrote one last entry in his journal. I believe Clara became part of the fog, not a ghost, a promise. She stayed so love could leave, and so, on certain nights, when the fog blankets the bay, and the old prison fades into a grey shadow, two voices can still be heard, one moving forward into a new life, the other remaining behind forever watching the waters. Some loves manage to escape together, but others, the truly powerful ones, choose to stay behind, so the story can continue. Thank you for watching. If you were moved by Clara's story, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more tales from the shadows.